My name is Brendan Wilson. I was an introvert when I was younger, I guess you can say. I didn't talk to anyone. My parents, they would go to doctors and stuff to see why I wasn't talking. And whenever the teacher told me to read books, I wouldn't ever actually read the book. I would just look at the pictures. I was kind of shy. I didn't really like talking to people. I thought people were kind of boring. I didn't think life was that interesting. And then I learned about this thing called imagination eventually. Well, I sort of knew about it, but I didn't really get into it. I started to find out that things could be actually interesting. That life wasn't that boring, like there were explosions and stuff like that. And I didn't really talk to people. And then I met this friend and we would play role-playing games. I started realizing that some people weren't as boring and you can imaginate and create amazing things. I discovered that I like to do visual effects, special effects, movie making, all of that fun stuff. And I liked my imagination, but it didn't seem like enough. I wanted things to be visual. And so I found out about this school called East Hollywood. I was like, this seems like a pretty cool place, and I went there. I almost left the first 3 days because I wasn't used to it and I didn't talk to anybody. And then I ended up taking a special effects class and I taught the teacher how to teach special effects. And then everyone came to me instead of the teacher. But I wasn't really known until I started making movies like Cowgun. I started doing big movies and stuff. I guess you can say big. School projects. Josh noticed that I did really well in his class. He's like, hey Brendan, will you come help do this visual effects for this movie called Resurrection of Lincoln? It was a steampunk movie. I won my first award, Telos, I think. Soon after I won these awards for Resurrection of Lincoln, I was like, I wonder if I can enter these into any other film festivals. And I started wondering, but I didn't know really. And then Josh was like, you did so well on that and you won an award and everything. Do you want to help us with this new movie called Step Larpers? I recently got this opportunity to go to New York for this festival, the All-American High School Film Festival. My mom's friend cared about me so much, because I followed my passions and stuff, that she paid $3,000 for me and my mom to both go to New York. Because apparently people care about me, and I didn't realize that till I started getting into visual effects. I was like, I'm starting to feel pretty good with life. I wasn't as shy. I was an extrovert basically by now. I don't know how that happened. I used to feel like people, and they were just rude and mean, and I didn't really think that people could be creative, or I don't know. But when I started getting into visual effects, people started asking me to help with their films, and I just started realizing that I wasn't alone. My personality, I wasn't that unique. When I was a kid, I'd write, I would sing, I'd make little movies, as you can say. I like animating a lot. I could bring up my imagination a lot. But I'd also role play a lot in elementary school, and I still kind of do. That's how I brought my imagination out. And then kids started coming to me because they realized how much energy was releasing from me. I was young and I was like, I want to make a movie like Star Wars and have lasers shooting at people. I was like, how can I do that? And so I did researching on my own. My school teachers were like, I don't know how to do that. And I was like, oh, stupid. So I started researching and I found out how to do lightsaber stuff. That's when I learned that special effects were the biggest thing for me. Because I could show spaceships coming down and asteroids crashing into planets and people turning into demons and all that fun stuff. When I was in New York, I thought it was the coolest place ever, but there were a lot of kids trying to get into this one position. And I was like, there is no way I'm going to do this. And we were just waiting there and we were going through all of the nominees and stuff. Then special effects came up and then they started naming off the nominees or whatever. And then it said, Resurrection of Lincoln, Brendan Wilson. And I screamed. I was so ecstatic, I was so happy. Because out of 1,400 kids, I was one of the top 5 nominated for visual effects. I felt like I was appreciated it a lot more. I like making movies, and I didn't really know how to impress people when I was younger. And when I made movies, I noticed people liked my creativity, and I'd love to see them